Everything is about to change for the Dutton family. Just when fans thought the story was done, a major twist has arrived. 1923, Season 3 is officially happening. With more drama, danger, and heartache ahead, the most powerful Western family on TV is coming back. But what does this mean for the characters we love? And what secrets are still buried on the Yellowstone ranch? The 1923 series is one of the most powerful chapters in the Yellowstone universe. It tells the story of the Dutton family during one of the hardest times in American history, the early 20th century. Life was tough, and survival was never guaranteed. This is not just a Western. It's a deep, emotional look at how far a family will go to protect their land, their blood, and their name. In Season 1, we meet Jacob Dutton, played by Harrison Ford. He is the strong, silent type, firm, honest, and dangerous when he needs to be. Alongside him is Cara Dutton, his wife, played by Helen Mirren. Cara is just as strong as Jacob, but in her own way. She's the heart of the family and also its protector. Together, they lead the Duttons through tragedy, violence, and betrayal. 1. Of the biggest events in Season 1 is the violent attack on Jacob and his family. Banner Creighton, a sheep herder with a personal grudge, tries to take down the Duttons. He believes the land doesn't belong to them, and he wants revenge. This conflict leads to a bloody war over land, power, and control. Jacob is badly injured, and for a while, it looks like the Duttons may not survive. But Cara holds the family together, writing letters to their nephew Spencer, who is far away, fighting his own battles. Spencer Dutton is one of the most interesting characters in the mighty show. He is Jacob's nephew, a veteran of World War I, and a man haunted by what he's seen. In Africa, he meets Alexandra, a brave and wild-hearted woman who falls in love with him. Their journey is one of love, danger, and escape. They face wild animals, deadly people, and even death itself, all to return to Montana and protect their family. But getting home isn't easy. Everything seems to stand in their way. Season 2 takes us deeper into the personal struggles of each character. Spencer and Alexandra's love is tested by distance and pain. Alexandra's past returns to haunt her. Spencer is forced to make impossible choices. Meanwhile, back in Montana, the Dutton family is still fighting to keep their land safe. The government, greedy landowners, and personal enemies keep closing in. There's also the heartbreaking story of Tiana Rainwater, a young Native American girl taken from her home and forced into a boarding school. What happens to her is brutal and cruel, but she finds the courage to fight back. Her story shows us the real pain and injustice that many Native people suffered during that time. Her journey is one of strength and survival, and it connects deeply to the themes of loss, identity, and power. By the end of Season 2, nothing is certain. The family is scattered, enemies are stronger, and we are left with more questions than answers. Will Spencer make it back in time? Will Alexandra survive? Will Jacob be able to hold on to the land and his family? Now, with the news of Season 3, fans are once again on the edge of their seats. The story isn't over, and the storm is just beginning. After months of waiting, guessing, and endless fan theories, we finally have the news everyone wanted to hear. Season 3 of 1923 is coming. The Yellowstone universe, built by Taylor Sheridan, is growing even bigger. And the Duttons, with all their scars, strength, and secrets, are far from finished. Paramount Plus has confirmed that the series will return for another season. While they haven't revealed every detail yet, this confirmation alone is a huge moment. For fans who thought Season 2 might be the end. In fact, many believed the story would wrap up after just 2 chapters. But Sheridan had something else in mind. He's not done with the Duttons. And there are still battles left to fight. So why the delay in confirming Season 3? It wasn't because the story was over. It was because the world behind the camera had its own challenges. The Hollywood writers and actors strikes in 2023 slowed everything down. Scripts couldn't be written. Contracts were paused. Shoots were delayed. And fans were left waiting, wondering if the Duttons would return at all. But through it all, Taylor Sheridan stayed committed to the story. In interviews, he hinted that the Dutton journey in 1923 wasn't over. He talked about the characters he still wanted to explore. And now, with Season 3 confirmed, it's clear that he's ready to dive back in and finish what he started. There's something important to understand here. Sheridan doesn't write short stories. He writes epics, and 1923 was always meant to be a deep, layered tale, not just about ranch life, but about love, war, loyalty, and survival. Season 1 gave us the beginning. Season 2 shook the foundation, and Season 3 will bring the reckoning. The announcement has fans celebrating. Social media exploded with reactions, excitement, and speculation. People want to know, what's next? For the Duttons? Will Spencer and Alexandra reunite with the family? Will Kara finally see her letters answered with a homecoming? Will Jacob survive the coming storm? But beyond the fan reactions, this confirmation also means something big for the future of the Yellowstone universe. It shows that Paramount Plus believes in Sheridan's vision. They know the Dutton name still holds power, and they know viewers around the world are ready for more. Right now, Season 3 is in early development. Writers are working on the next chapter. Production will likely begin soon, once the scripts are locked. While an exact release date hasn't been given, the green light means the journey is moving forward. What makes this exciting is that we're heading into unknown territory. We've seen where the Duttons came from. We've seen what they've lost, but now we're about to see what they're willing to do to protect what's left. And Sheridan, known for shocking twists and emotional gut punches, is about to turn the heat up even higher. There's also buzz that Season 3 could connect even more directly to the larger Yellowstone story. This may not just be the end of 1923. It could also be the bridge to other spin-offs and deeper family secrets. Sheridan has said before that each part of the Dutton story is like a piece of a puzzle. Season 3 might be the piece that changes everything. One thing is clear. Season 3 is not just another chapter. It's a war drum, a warning. The Duttons have survived blizzards, bullets, and betrayal. But now, they must face the cost of their choices. So get ready. Saddle up. The land is still bleeding, and the Duttons aren't done yet. As we head into Season 3, the ground beneath the Dutton family is shaking. They've survived gunfire, betrayal, and the brutal wilds of America's past, but the real storm may still be coming. And fans around the world are already asking, what will Taylor Sheridan bring next? Let's begin with the most urgent story, Spencer and Alexandra. Their love has survived war, wild animals, and even a shipwreck. But in the final moments of Season 2, we saw their journey take another heartbreaking turn. Just when they seemed close to reuniting with the Duttons in Montana, fate pulled them apart once again. Spencer was detained, Alexandra was forced back into the arms of her powerful ex-fiance's family, and the dream of home began slipping away. Season 3 will almost certainly pick up here, with Spencer fighting to find his way back to Montana and to Alexandra. But this time, he may not be the same man. War changes people. Love can only take so much pain. And now, Spencer has to decide. Will he return as a lover, a nephew, or a soldier of vengeance? Some fans believe Spencer may lose everything before he makes it back. Others think Alexandra might rise up and escape on her own. Either way, if they reunite, it won't be peaceful. The journey home may turn into a warpath. Meanwhile, back in Montana, the ranch is barely holding together. Jacob Dutton, still recovering from his injuries, is locked in a land war that's turning more political, more dangerous, and more bloody by the day. Banner Creighton and Donald Whitfield aren't just enemies. They're businessmen with deep pockets and dirtier tricks. And in Season 3, they're expected to strike harder. One of the biggest fan theories is that Donald Whitfield isn't done causing chaos. He now has legal control over the ranch's future, thanks to Jacob's debt. Some believe he will try to take the land through law instead of violence, by twisting contracts, bribing judges, and pushing the Duttons off their own soil. If this happens, it won't be just a battle of guns. It'll be a battle of minds and wills. Kara Dutton, the emotional center of the family, may finally reach her breaking point. We've seen her carry the family through darkness. But how long can she keep holding the pieces together? Some fans think she'll take a much more active role in the fight, even stepping into leadership when Jacob can't. Others wonder if she will be forced to choose between family and peace, between love and war, and then there's Tiana Rainwater. Her story was one of the most powerful parts of Season 2. After escaping from a violent boarding school, surviving murder, and losing her closest allies, Tiana is now on the run, with her father and a priest at her side. In Season 3, we expect to see her journey lead to something bigger. Some believe she will become the foundation of the Rainwater legacy, connecting directly to the Native American characters in Yellowstone. Her story is not just about survival, it's about justice. And justice in this world is never given, it's taken. Another major question hanging over Season 3 is, who will die? Let's be honest, this is Taylor Sheridan's world, and in his world, no character is safe. The Duttons are fighters, but they're also human. Rumors suggest a major character may not survive this season. Some fans worry it could be Jacob. Others fear it could be Spencer or even Kara. If any of them fall, the story will change forever. There's also talk of new characters, powerful outsiders, corrupt politicians, and secret enemies. Sheridan loves to bring in new players who upset the balance, and Season 3 may introduce figures that threaten to tear the Duttons apart from the inside. At its core, though, Season 3 isn't just about the next fight, it's about legacy. What does it mean to protect a name, a piece of land, a family? How much blood is too much? And what do you do when history tries to erase you? The answers won't come easy. But fans are ready to find out, so whether you believe Spencer will return with fire in his heart, or think the Duttons will lose everything before they rise again, one thing is certain, Season 3 will change everything. When people think of 1923, they don't just think of horses, ranches, or gunfights. They think of faces. They think of Jacob Dutton's hard stare, Kara's fierce heart, Spencer's pain, and Alexandra's fire. These characters are more than actors on a screen. They've become part of our lives, part of the story we've followed through heartbreak, survival, and war. So now that Season 3 is confirmed, let's talk about the people who bring that story to life. Let's start at the top, Harrison Ford as Jacob Dutton. The man is a legend. From Indiana Jones to Han Solo, he's played heroes before. But Jacob Dutton is different. He's older, wiser, and burdened by a world changing too fast. In Season 2, Jacob was still recovering from the brutal attack in Season 1. But make no mistake, he's not done yet. Sources suggest Harrison Ford will return in Season 3. And if he does, we may see a more desperate, more dangerous Jacob. One willing to do anything to protect what's his, even if it costs him everything. Next is Helen Mirren as Kara Dutton. She is the heart of the family, the glue holding everyone together. In Season 1, we saw her send heartbreaking letters to Spencer, begging him to come home. In Season 2, we saw her stand tall as the family faced enemies from every side. And in Season 3, fans believe Kara will take center stage. There's even a theory that Kara might step into full leadership, especially if Jacob grows weaker. Her strength, her wisdom, and her quiet rage may finally explode into action. Then there's Brandon Sklenar as Spencer Dutton. Spencer is the warrior of the family, haunted by war, changed by love. He's been through hell and is still fighting to get home. After Season 2's cliffhanger, it's clear. Spencer must return. We've followed his journey across continents. Now it's time for him to face what's waiting in Montana. His return will not be quiet. It will be explosive. And of course, we can't forget Julia Schlaepfer as Alexandra. Her character has grown from a curious traveler into a brave survivor. She's faced betrayal, danger, and heartbreak, and still stood tall. Many fans believe Alexandra will escape the grip of her past and fight to reunite with Spencer. Her arc is far from over. Season 3 may finally give her the power she deserves. Another character fans are watching closely is Tiana Rainwater, played by Amina Neves. Her story was one of the most powerful parts of Season 2. She fought back against abuse, escaped with her life, and showed a courage that shook viewers deeply. We expect Tiana's journey to continue in Season 3, and possibly connect to the modern-day rainwaters seen in Yellowstone. Her survival isn't just personal, it's historical. Other characters likely to return include Jerome Flynn as Banner Creighton, the vengeful rancher who wants to destroy the Duttons; Timothy Dalton as Donald Whitfield, the cold, calculating tycoon pulling strings behind the scenes; Robert Patrick as Sheriff McDowell, one of the few lawmen the Duttons might still trust. There's also buzz about new characters coming in Season 3. Taylor Sheridan is known for surprising fans with fresh faces who shake up the story. We could see powerful politicians trying to claim Montana, new family members with dark secrets, or lawmen with their own sense of justice. And let's not forget the possibility of cameos, characters from other Yellowstone shows who may cross over. Imagine a young version of a known Yellowstone figure, or a connection between Spencer's future and the Duttons we already know from 1883 or Yellowstone. Sheridan loves tying the timelines together, and Season 3 is the perfect chance to deepen those links. What's most exciting is this: the cast is strong, the characters are unforgettable, and their stories still have room to grow. With such a powerful team returning, Season 3 doesn't just promise more action, it promises emotion, loss, revenge, and maybe even redemption, because the Duttons aren't just fighting for land, they're fighting for their story to be remembered. And it's the actors, the characters, and the raw truth they bring to the screen that makes 1923 truly unforgettable. Right now, fans all over the world are waiting for one thing: the official release date for Season 3. And while Paramount Plus hasn't made an exact announcement yet, we do have a few clues that help us predict when the next season might arrive. First, it's important to remember that the writers' and actors' strikes in 2023 slowed down nearly every production in Hollywood, including the Yellowstone universe. Scripts were paused, filming schedules were pushed, and even though 1923 was a top-performing show, it couldn't move forward until the industry settled. Now that those strikes are over and production teams are back to work, the road to Season 3 has finally reopened. According to industry insiders, writing for Season 3 is already underway. Taylor Sheridan, who writes most of the Yellowstone-related stories himself, has confirmed he's still deeply involved in crafting the next chapter of 1923. And because Sheridan tends to write fast, especially when he's inspired, many believe the scripts may be completed soon. After that, filming can begin. If everything stays on track, production may start in late 2024, with post-production happening into early 2025. That means we could see Season 3 premiere sometime in mid to late 2025, possibly summer, maybe fall. It all depends on how fast things move behind the scenes. Of course, this is just a prediction. Paramount Plus hasn't released an official premiere window yet, but all signs point to a return within the next year. And when it does return, it won't be small. 1923 is not just a Western. It's not just another show. It's a cornerstone in one of the most successful TV universes of the decade. And Paramount knows the weight of what it's carrying. Now let's talk about what this means for fans, especially those who've followed 1883, Yellowstone, and 1923 from the beginning. Season 3 isn't just the next part of a story. It's a turning point. We've seen where the Duttons came from. We've seen how far they'll go to protect their land. But now, we're going to see what they're truly willing to sacrifice. The past 2 seasons have laid the foundation, emotionally, politically, and personally. Season 3 will be about payoff, about consequences, about legacy, and it may be the final chapter of this timeline. Some believe Season 3 will end the 1923 arc and bridge us even closer to modern-day Yellowstone. Others think it will spin off into even deeper stories, perhaps following Spencer and Alexandra into the future, or Tiana's bloodline into the present. One thing is certain: Taylor Sheridan isn't done, and neither are the Duttons. So if you've been waiting, if you've been holding on since the last episode aired, now is the time to get ready. The war for Montana isn't over. The fight for the Dutton name is still burning, and Season 3 is coming. It's no longer a rumor. It's real, and soon, the story continues.